Hey team, we are in Birmingham at the NEC and we're here today because it is the first edition of ATHX. So ATHX is a new functional fitness competition. We're going to have a walkthrough now. I believe the judges are getting their briefing, but we're going to nip down the side and we're going to have a look at the flow of the workout because it's a little bit different to what you might expect. So if you come on with me, we'll check it out. So as you can see, we've got this strength section first, okay? So all the athletes are going to come through there and it's going to be a strength zone first. They're going to do a version of a shoulder to overhead 1RM. So depending on what category you're in, that might be a shoulder to overhead as in a push press, or it may be a split jerk. And there's going to be a lot of weight getting thrown up there for the 1RMs. You're then going to transition into a lower body movement. So it's either going to be a front or a back squat 10RM. And that will then conclude the strength zone. So once they've come off the strength, what's slightly different is they're going to go into a specific recovery zone. Okay, so as you come off the strength section, you're going to come through this nutrition station, and in here we're going to be looking to replenish muscle glycogen with sugary sweets. So there's lots of Haribos around. When you do strength training, it's mostly anaerobic, all right? So we're going to be using stored energy. That depletes quite quickly, so we want to try and replenish that before we then go into the endurance zone. What they're also going to be getting is a citrus hydration drink, and that's going to be packed with electrolytes, which are going to add to correct muscle function. Okay, so as you come through here, you're going to get your sweets, and there's going to be water bottles that you can grab a hold of that are going to be topped up with this electrolyte drink that you can knock back before you then move into the endurance zone. This looks a lot of fun. Okay, so we've got a lot of ergs in there. We've got treadmills, we've got ski ergs, we've got bikes, and we've got rowing machines. So the flow here is you're going to have two people, and in a 25-minute window, you're going to complete a 5K on the assault runner, which is going to be rotten on the hamstrings, okay? 5K on the assault runner, and simultaneously, your partner is going to be working through a set distance on the ski, the row, and the bike. But in 25 minutes, we want to try and tick that all off. Nah, just kidding. Nah, so they would have come from the endurance zone into this last recovery station. So that section looks brutal. And as I said in the earlier part of the video, the assault runner is going to be deadly on the hamstrings. So what I would be making a beeline for is a pair of these Normatec boots. So you can see that we've got these chairs all set up, these deck chairs, but they've got these funny looking leg sleeves, right? So with the boots, come over. You've got these Normatec boots, right? So these are hooked up to a pump, okay? So when you sit down, I'll just pull this off. When you sit down, these essentially unzip at the sides, right? So when you unzip them, you're gonna get your full leg inside this part here. So what you'll essentially have is your leg sat inside the boot like this. This straps up, and when it's zipped up, the machine has got a set timer by which it pumps air into the sleeves, and what it does is it circulates the blood around your legs. So what typically happens is when you sit in here, you'll lean back, your legs will elevate. The closer we can get that to your heart, we've got more blood flow circulating back towards the heart, and these things have got a set timer by which they put compression into your leg at different sections to do that very efficiently. So if you are coming off of this workout with heavy legs, or your legs are a bit burnt out, this is going to be the perfect way to get them back on form before you go into the METCON aspect. And if it was me, I wouldn't be getting off of this thing for the full time I was in here. I'd be hogging it. Okay, so the final section of ATHX is the METCON, the metabolic conditioning part. So we have a series of sandbag carries, we've got kettlebell thrusters and burpee box jump overs, and there is some dumbbells tucked up at the end there, but you're essentially going to be working up and down in like a ladder format for time. This one's going to hurt. The sandbag carries are going to get very, very heavy as they go on, but I'm interested to see how people are going to fare with this after they've gone through all of that. But because there is going to be specific nutrition and recovery protocols, maybe we'll see some increased performance in that last zone. I don't know, but we're going to catch up with the athletes and the organisers throughout the day to get more of an insight. But that was your walkthrough, and I'll be feeding back with some more information later in the day.